Yay, Dawns ARKS! Welcome everyone to your Phantasy Star podcast recorded live on April 24th, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, PrinceBrightstar, and with me here is Rooks. Go ahead and say hello.
Good day, ARKS.
So, we're basically looking at another of those seasonal events here. That being the Super Genesis Festival for this year for New Genesis. There's some stuff that was happening throughout the rest of the community. Clementine had their Easter event. That's come and gone, but there are some rewards. And then there's been some developments happening with Starlight as well. So we've definitely got an interesting program for you here today. If you're not on the up and up with all this stuff here, how have things been for you, Rooks?
So, but that's not really Phantasy Star related.
I gotcha.
I do have a question though. If I recall, they said this event was they were going to let you turn in resources we've been hoarding for basically years now. And when I checked, I couldn't find any option to do so. Do you know where that is?
Unfortunately, no. I'm not certain where that is. It's possible maybe that launches later on during the event, but I'm not entirely certain about that. The two places I would check is the recycle shop, and then two, maybe also check with the vendor for the event itself. Just because sometimes they do have the they give you those point boosters, and sometimes you can also trade in other stuff through them as well.
Well, the thing is, I did check, and there didn't appear to be anything that allowed it to turn in the minerals and other resources. So I don't know. But I did see that they were letting you use points to buy said resources. Like we don't need do we really need more options to have stuff we've been holding on to since the beginning of the game?
I don't know. I agree. Some of that stuff is just like, what's the point at this point to even have that? It's just filling up slots in the inventory. And maybe, hate to say it, that may be part of the idea. Just to encourage players to buy the material storage and such. I mean, I get that we get the passes through doing the monthly or rather the 40 stage plan. My goodness, why is that slipping my mind what that is called? But yeah,
Mission Pass.
Thank you, Mission Pass. Yeah, so you get your 15-day pass from that, and then you can get a 5-day pass as well. I think just for logging in each month, but beyond that, if you want to keep that going throughout the entire month, then you kind of have to pay for the rest of it through Star Gems.
So, Bestrogen, to answer that statement, Sega, at least the old team, understood that they needed to make the players actually make use of the older materials more every now and again. And NGS doesn't do that at all. They give you the new materials, and the old materials that they keep throwing at you, they keep on saying, oh, we're giving you rare stuff, even though you can't use it for anything. So it's one of the things where no, it was not the same problem in PSO2. PSO2 was a far better planned and balanced. We have basically a bunch of phone kids planning NGS right now.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's not good. I mean, there have been some improvements, but I agree, at least in terms of the materials, it's just, what is the point of keeping the old stuff at this point? Why not just vendor the old stuff? I mean, you're not going to get much Meseta, but go ahead.
And even when you do vendor it, like I had to do with a recent capsule, it's such a drawn-out process that's almost not worth it. Sorry.
Looks like they're going, so let's go ahead and switch over here.
NGS Headline Wave. Hello everyone! It's time for NGS Headline Wave, the official program of PSO2 New Genesis version 2. I'm Yui Hasegawa, and I'll be your host for this broadcast. I'll be bringing you all the latest info on NGS. Be sure to stay tuned until the end. Currently, the success rates for weapon and armor enhancements are boosted, so I'm really trying to level up my preset skills. So far, I'm trying to go from 4 to 5 with a 50% success rate, but it's failed 5 times out of 5.
Yeah, this is sort of another thing. Like, if the weapons are changing so frequently, then what's the point of going for those fixes?
Basically, yeah.
Now, once again, this program is to inform players about upcoming campaigns and updates for Sega's online RPG, PSO2 New Genesis version 2.
She
also known
should
as
avoid singing in the
We
future.
will also share messages and answers to player questions from the dev team and provide other game-related info. Tune into this program to learn all you need to know about NGS now and into the future. That's Headline Wave in a nutshell. This is a pre-recorded broadcast. If you would like to watch it in Japanese, you can check it out on the Japanese NGS YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's move on to the updates you've all been waiting for. NGS Hot Information. First off, I'd like to share some info on the May updates. Let's start with a video.
Okay, an update to the Ultra Realm. Well, Rappies are inter-subspace beings, so it's no surprise for them to be showing up in there.
I wonder if they're ever going to explain that. Then again, do we really want NGS trying to explain that?
I kind of agree with you. It's probably better to have a different game explain it at this point.
Wait, did they just upgrade my dragon?
Maybe? New cast parts. Hey, Janice, thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Calm.
Okay, that's a funky looking launcher there.
I like it too.
I'm wondering if you're able to actually select which characters you're picking up, or if it's just the NPCs. Small buffer on my side there.
How was it? Let me go through the details with these slides. First, let's start with information about campaigns lined up for the NGS 5th Anniversary Halpha Super Origin Festival. The Super Origin Festival, a massive campaign celebrating the 5th anniversary of NGS, is now underway. In May, in the second half of the campaign, there will be plenty of exciting events, including additional free scratch ticket items and super reward boxes. We're enacting a special login bonus. You can get fantastic items like N-Augment Transfer Pass vouchers and special select tickets, so be sure to log in every day and claim your items. We will also hold an enhancement support campaign for all equipment. A special reward box will appear in conjunction with the limited time urgent quests. If you manage to empty the reward box, you can earn special items like thankful tickets and new accessories. Pre-announced urgent quests can be completed twice during this period, so be sure to join and collect reward box medals. We are launching Part 2 of the 10-a-day free SG Scratch. Hairstyles and outfits from Phantasy Star, our April Fool's Day event, will be included, so try drawing 10 times every day to get your paws on them.
Sujin, yeah, you're completely
like the
right there.
Onto your Heart's Content campaign and high rate boosts.
They abandoned the open world, as a result, it's hurting the game even more.
Next, here is the update info from the end of April through May. Starting April 28th, 2 types of Revival Scratch tickets will be available. In the Revival AC Scratch ticket, Super Origin Festival Revival 2026, popular items like Selfie Edge Hair and Caligula Hair are back. You can also get Argent Dreadkeeper S in the Scratch Count bonus. The SG Support item Select April 2026 brings back useful items for preset skill enhancement. I guess I'll give it another shot. Starting May 1st, we will release 2 AC Scratch tickets.
So even they're complaining then.
The new UD Augments, which are upgrade versions of Ratty Augments, make their debut in the UD Augment Select. You can also continue to obtain the same items as before that can grant A-type EX Augments. Rewind Collection May 2026 brings back avatar items from May's past. The PSO2 Spec Weapon Camo, Sorcerer Morris, is all items from May's past. The PSO2 Spec Weapon Camo, Sorcerer Morris, is also back again on the Scratch
That's weird, my stream just jumped back for some reason.
From May 5th to May 20th, the Great Rappy Suppression Trial will occur in the Altered Battle Line, Tundra Area Gorge of the Alter Realm Exploration combat sectors. During this period, in addition to the usual drops, Legend 4 Lexio series weapons and 14-star rarity Evalto armor will be added to the drops. Also, drops will include items required for upgrading the 14-star rarity Spradio series weapons and the skill rings implemented in April, so be sure to join in. Additionally, we're adding limited time tasks. Complete these tasks to acquire Super Origin Festival 2026 SB Scratch tickets. Take a crack at the limited time urgent quest, Planet Crusher Assault D2 again. Malignant Dark Falls Dalian versus 8 ARKS Defenders once more. This Dark Falls is easier than the one in the major target suppression mission. Limited time tasks will also be added alongside this limited time urgent quest, so complete those tasks and sweep up your rewards. In addition, all urgent quests occurring in the Kavaris region will be changed to Planet Crusher Assault D2 between May 5th and May 20th. The seasonal point exchange shop will be stocked with new items
doing a whole
like
bunch of these pre-announced
and Sparkle Ring, and a color variant of the
quests.
motion change item, Glide, Handy Propeller. Valuable items such as Super Origin Festival 2026 SB scratch tickets and Endmaster cubes will also be added.
And I'm
so
not
make
complaining,
sure to
it's
check them
always
out.
nice whenever that happens, so you know what's coming up.
Rack up lots of seasonal points and exchange them for more items. Next, I'll be introducing the Revival AC Scratch Ticket, Emote, and Motion Revival May 2026. This scratch ticket brings back emotes like PR Pose 11 and Buddy Pose 2, as well as the idle motions, Steepled Fingers, and Model Pose 3. You can also get Argent Gladius Soul S from the scratch count bonus. To
Yeah, that's for
celebrate the 5th
for certain
anniversary
Betsygen.
5 Go Beyond event, we're introducing a 4th round of free Revival scratch tickets, the 5th Anniv Thankful Ticket. Complete weekly tasks to earn free tickets, which can reward you with AC scratch ticket prizes. Keep on top of these tasks each week to make sure you get your tickets. The lineup for the scratch ticket in May will consist of prizes from April 2022 to July 2022, which marked the PSO2 10th anniversary. Mission Pass NGS Season 56 will arrive on May 13th. Get stamps and accessories as well as a ton of valuable items.
Yep,
carried
they
over
are.
from the
Bring back
previous lineup,
Angel's
including
Draco.
Person Shop Use 3 Days and SG Scratch Ticket prize slips.
Gotcha.
The lineup will include the armor accessories Bloomiart and Bloom Helio from PSO2, the new accessory Sinister Wolfen Mask, and also Draco from PSO2, recreated in NGS specs as Magform Re-Draco. Don't miss out! I remember using Draco back in the day. This really brings me back. Next, let's have a look at the AC Scratch Ticket, Gothic Elegance. Dress up with style with the Gothic style strapless dress, coat, and cast parts from this scratch ticket. The emote, Carry Underarm, and Idle Motion Thinking 3 are also up for grabs. Wouldn't it be nice if we could carry a reindeer in our arms like that? That's all for the updates coming in the first half of the month. Let's get into the second half of the updates, starting with this video.
Ooh, what is happening to the stream here? Completely repuffered for me. That's what's going on. All right. Taking us back to Alio for this one.
If they spent half as much time developing gameplay content as they did these avatar items, I think the game would be in much better shape than it is currently.
You're probably right on that.
How was it? Let me go through the details with these slides. The new limited time quest, Dazzling Chaos Suppression Op 2026, takes the stage on May 20th. This quest showcases modified enemies and mechanics from its earlier iteration, Dazzling Chaos Suppression Op 2023. Make sure to give it a try before it disappears the following week. There will also be limited time tasks and title tasks for this limited time
But you
quest.
didn't know of what were you expecting from a bunch of
Certain titles
phone
and Super
gamers?
Origin Festival 2026 SP scratch tickets. Moving on, we have the return of the limited time urgent quest and the Stars Fell D2. This quest is easier than And the Stars Crashed. Team up in parties of 8 and take the fight to Malignant Dark Falls Vial once again. Limited time tasks will be added for this limited time urgent quest as well. Complete the tasks to receive Reward Box Medal Vial 2026. Between May 20th and June 3rd, all urgent quests in the Stia region will change to And the Stars Fell D2. The accessories, Cosmica Drill Horn and Engraved Revolver, will be included in the seasonal points exchange shop lineup, along with a color variant of the motion change Dash Handy Propeller. Valuable items like Super Origin Festival 2026 SP scratch tickets will also be added to the lineup, so don't miss out. The AC scratch ticket, Yours Augment Select May 2026, is also coming soon. This scratch ticket includes Yours Augments, which give potency boosts and A-Type EX augments in its lineup, so definitely give it a whirl. The Revival AC scratch ticket, PSO2 Memories May 2026, will be available starting May 21st in conjunction with PSO2 Day.
I want to say that
Avatar
some of the
items
stuff that
released
was...
in PSO2 make their return.
Yeah, I want to say it was, might be
Get a
some
prize
stuff
slip
that was
every
from
15 draws
episode
through the
5.
Scratch Count bonus and check out the emote, Rappy Balloon, that's also making its return. PSO2 Memories will continue to arrive on the PSO2 Day on the 21st of each month. The lineup will change each time, so keep your eyes peeled. The new limited time quest, Drill, Breezy Summer Air Defense, arrives on May 26.
So in other words,
This
it's a
is
quest you
rapid
play
saturation
solo.
attack mission type quest, where you compete for quest points, earned by delivering the final blow to enemies. During the quest, the trial, Arkland Disruption Zone enemy suppression, will occur, so
Oh,
skillfully lure
those
the enemies
were
and defeat them.
from episode 4, Besijin. They were
Also, after clearing the
they were
trial,
basically meant
enemies
to
that
be
yield a larger amount of quest points upon defeat will appear.
analogs to
Make
angels.
sure to take these down and aim
Yeah,
for
you're
first
talking about the
place.
one where we were
There
climbing
will
up
be a title
Yggdrasil.
task added to go with this limited time quest.
Yeah, but I also showed up
Complete
earlier
the task and claim your title.
in the story.
That's true.
Next, allow me to introduce the new AC Scratch ticket, Noble Shadows 2026. You can get outfits and weapon camo inspired by Dark Assassins and street-style swordsmen. Be sure to check out the motion changes that work with katanas, as well as a new Sit emote. That concludes the update information for today. Moving on to the next segment. NGS Operation Report. In this segment, the NGS Operation Report, I will share answers from the development and live ops teams in response to players' questions and comments.
Yes, they were. It's interesting that conversation is more interesting than what's going on the stream.
Yeah.
I'd like to start by reading you a letter from the developers. Allow me to read it to you.
In particular, they were converted
We would like to
Earth
thank all the
Guide,
ARKs out there for continuing to play NGS.
converted by Arden.
This time, we will share a letter from the developers regarding the content introduced in the program and upcoming updates. First, we would like to talk about the currently ongoing NGS 5th anniversary event, Halfa's Super Origin Festival. To celebrate the 5th anniversary, even more new items have been added to the 10-a-day free SG Scratch ticket. In addition to the new arrivals for May, the outfits worn by Nadara and Mary in the Phantasy Star video released on April Fool's Day, as well as idle motions that recreate their poses, are now available. Not only can you recreate these characters, but you can also enjoy matching outfits, so be sure to get them while you have the chance. Next up is the new
This had
field
better be
schedule for
good.
release in June.
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
We've prepared a video for you to watch, so please take a look.
Okay, they're
Okay.
starting off.
That's the ruins.
Yes,
Various.
but is it just my imagination or is this a direct port from base PSO2 though?
It could be. It kind of has the look of some of that geometry, yeah.
You know, this is at least still. This is some of the
They're
best news in a while.
Yeah, they're trying things.
And they are bringing. Wait, this is not a ruin enemy. I don't think this is a ruin enemy. I think this is a direct darker.
Well, it's Zesrida. It was the boss of the area.
Yes, but it's not a ruin enemy. I don't think it's.
Yeah,
What I'm
good
saying is-
point, Kirby there.
This field is
Yeah,
being
let's hope
developed
that
as
this
a
is
new
permanent.
experience, different from the previous combat sectors and exploration sectors. Details will be shared in the next headline, so stay tuned.
No, I think we might actually be seeing a
That's all
return
for
of the
letter from the
Darkers.
developers.
That's what I'm
We will
hoping
continue
anyway, because
working to
that looks
deliver
like a
engaging
whole
stories and
like
content for
it
all
was
ARKs
not
to enjoy.
ruin. It was not turned into a ruin enemy.
We hope
True.
you continue to enjoy.
Yeah, and the
NGS.
other thing is, Elder's Tower in the back is still there.
That was the letter from the developers.
So, I
Continuing
wonder
to
if
the
there's a
next section,
time
I
element
have
to this,
answers to
or is
player
this just simply
questions
that
and
they
comments
didn't
from the
consider to
development and
remove
live
it for
operations teams.
for New Genesis?
They may not have been thinking about removing it for New Genesis. Would not be
It's sad when
surprised
my
with
inventory
this
gets filled
team.
up with nothing but gold prims. If I don't expand my storage, I'll probably miss out on a lot, right? Could you make it possible to pick them up as Endaimyo capsules?
It could
Here's
be
their
a
response.
parallel area.
True, and we've been
Content
talking about that
released
for a
after
bit
June.
now,
We will
especially
replace
with
the gold prim
the
drops with
recent
Endaimyo.
story chapter. And the whole question of
Let's move on
is
to the next
Halpha
question.
itself in a parallel area?
Mars is significantly inferior in power compared to players with the best equipment.
Yes, I have to ask that.
Therefore,
I have to agree
even
with
after the
this
recent enhancement,
because
its
it's like,
performance
why
has actually
is
decreased for most players.
why did it drop in?
Are there any plans to improve this? Here is their response. There are no changes to the policy regarding Mars balance adjustments that we previously communicated, but in June, we will review the power levels to match the current enhancement status of the player's equipment.
It's one of those things where
It will be made
it
to
makes
match
me
your
wonder
current
why
battle
even
power,
switch
so we hope
out
you will continue
of
to enjoy battles in
my
Mars.
switch into it if it's just not doing what it needs to do.
That's
Yeah,
all for our
it's sort of
Q&A
like
today.
how Dark Blast towards the end of PSO2 became
Moving
completely
forward, we will
irrelevant.
continue to bring your questions and feedback to the development and operations teams and share their answers with you. Please share your thoughts and opinions on this program and the game on X and other social media by using the same hashtag as the previous headline series, hashtag NGS Headline.
But you know, this means they will be addressing what's going on,
Moving on
what
to the next
happened in the past. We may actually get answers to what's going to the player's own personal storyline now.
Yeah, we can only hope so. And also
Now,
the
let's
question
move on
of,
from
you
updates
know,
and talk about some other
did
NGS
any of the
related
planets that we knew in PSO2
I'm sure
even
it will get you
survive?
even more hyped to play the game.
Like,
I
what, they
keep on
said...
saying they said
Let's start
only
with
took
this.
out, they only... Okay,
We're
let's
happy
say
to announce the fourth NGS collab
what did
with
they
the
say?
virtual
Like,
livers at Niji
five-
Sanji and Niji Sanji.
500 billion people were killed.
This time,
I think it was
let's say-
10,000
livers to the
systems
world of
and
NGS.
yeah, something like that for the
Rika
people.
Igarashi,
That's not even,
Miloko
that would not
Kyoran,
even be
Merito
the
Kuramochi,
half of a
and Sophia
galaxy.
Valentine.
Yeah, that's a drop in the bucket.
In
And
addition to
it's
avatar
it
items,
kind of goes
including
back to the
outfits,
question of why I was
carousels,
always
and
thinking
accessories that will let you dress as our guest livers.
that
Get ready for
Xiao
some
and
new
Sierra were
weapon
probably
camo,
still
voices, and
alive
acrylics
because
and build parts.
whatever happened was
could probably
probably
just-
localized.
Shao could
This
probably
collab
retreat
event is
into
scheduled to
subspace
start
if he
in
had
June
to.
2026.
True.
Not familiar with Niji Sanji and Niji Sanji N? Here's a quick intro to catch you up.
Unless there's no
Niji
canonicity
Sanji
behind
Project
this,
is a
then it's just
VTuber
purely
virtual live
for
project
the
with a
Super
wide
Genesis
variety of
Festival.
influencers.
They said for June, so
They
it's
are
not.
active on YouTube and
I
other
don't think
video
it's part
distribution
of the
platforms
Super
with the aim
Genesis
of accelerating
Festival.
the next generation of entertainment.
I guess that does make sense for the
Niji
timeline
Sanji
then.
N project is a VTuber virtual liver project that primarily features English language content.
I'm
with
surprised they're doing
active influencers on
Niji
YouTube
Sanji
and other
again
video
after what
distribution
happened.
platforms, as well as on social media, mainly in English-speaking countries.
I'm not really, because I also understand that in Japan,
We'll
Niji
share more
Sanji
details
has
about
not
this collab in the
misbehaved
next
at all.
broadcast, so please look forward to
It
it.
was only on the English side that misbehaved.
The animated
Gotcha.
shorts of the official webcomic Central will finally start airing right at the end of this Headline Wave broadcast. We've carefully selected 24 episodes from past strips and are adapting them with new voice recordings by the original Japanese cast of NGS, accompanied with English subtitles. This time we will be showing episodes 1 and 2. Be sure to tune in to see which comic strips were chosen. We finally get to see the laid-back daily lives of NPCs as an anime. You can get special deals on in-game items in the web-exclusive PSO2NGS web store. In addition to store bonuses that provide additional value over regular AC purchases, it features an exclusive 55% discount on your first purchase of select items. Please be aware that AC purchased from the PSO2NGS web store cannot be used on the PS4 version. The PSO2NGS web store can be accessed from the NGS official website. Hover over Buy AC on the official website or Game Launcher, then select Web Store. Please note that the web store cannot be accessed from in-game. That's all for the satellite information. Next, we have our regular mini segment where we highlight something NGS related, such as concept art, in-game songs, and aggregated data, and delve into it with commentary from the development team. This time, we are introducing the key visual of Phantasy Star, which was shared as a surprise on April 1st. We received a comment from the artwork team. Since
The fact they didn't bring Meow in for this didn't just. I'm so surprised.
They did on the social media side. But that was it. I really want Meow back.
Secret backstory
Yeah.
like everyone's turning the cats and cat rappies are running wild. We've got to do something. The logo is packed with cat themes and little details. By the way,
I mean, it's like
this.
it's like Sega's creating their own alternate universe.
For cat rappy suppression. Mary and Natara defeated the cat rappy and cleared the quest, and thus Halpa was decatified and peace was restored, or something like that. To be fair, you can't really get rid of rappies, so they might come out and play again sometime.
No, I accidentally killed a few rappies during the launch of the game.
What did you think? We will discuss other concept art and songs in the coming episodes.
You mean they didn't dig their way
Hope you look
away
forward to
or
that.
anything?
No, they vaporized like the other enemies.
That's all for this episode
Huh.
of NGS Headline Wave.
It was a bug during the early stages of the game.
This
Yeah,
broadcast
that-
strives
that-
to
that-
make
that's
NGS
all that
even
that
better
could have
at
been.
collecting audience input. Please share your thoughts and feedback on this program and the game by using the same hashtag as previous broadcasts, hashtag NGS Headline, on X and other social media. Together, we can make NGS an even more fantastic game.
They're calling it out!
What was up with the colors
Darkers
on
are
that
returning.
turtle in the preview
The
footage?
Darkers are returning.
There was something up with Crawford's look too. What's going on? I can't wait for the next headline. So, the next episode of NGS Headline Wave will once again change its broadcast day and is scheduled to air on Thursday, May 28th.
Thursday?
It'll focus on updates coming in June.
That's
Don't forget to like and
unusual.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Usually it's Tuesday or Friday.
Now then, ARKS, I'll see you in the next NGS Headline Wave. But keep watching today for the central animated short. Stay tuned for more info. Bye-bye!
Oh, they're just going right into this thing.
惑星ハルファ最大の都市セントラルシティ
And it's still in
シティに
Japanese.
は多くの人々が暮らしている
But at least there's
その中で
subtitles.
忘れてはならないのがアークスの存在だ
You know, I wouldn't mind if they just kept the Japanese voices for the entire game.
彼らはシティを守
I'm
る
probably
た
the
め
weird
日
one
夜
for
ゴー
that.
ルズと戦っている
I thought there was something that you could change in the options.
You can, but it's a case of, because of how things are set up, when I team up with other players, Angel sounds very weird.
Gotcha.
それにシティの運用って言っても変わったことがない限り暇なものだしね。そうなんですか？うん、ドールズの襲撃とかない限り暇。でもアークス スの管理なんて難しそうですけど、結構な人数が所属してますよね。
管理っつっても無事
I
に
think
帰
what
還
we'll
して
do
る
is
か
we'll let this one roll through, and then we'll
ここ
bring it
開
back
く
to
と
the
ナグナイ
to the
ト
show
情
here.
報が出てくるでしょ。これと出撃履歴を照らし合わせてちゃんと戻ってきてるか見るだけよ。へえ、位置情報は見ちゃっていいんですか？プライバシーというか。それはしょうがない。アークスって
They make it sound like we're
タワーの上で寝てたりする
that they're hurting
工事もし
cats.
ないと管理できない。ベテランガールズ。データは
Actually,
問
these are
題
going
ない。
through pretty
ロールズ
quickly
の
here.
戦闘データだけ後でブルーダーがチェックするからまとめておいてもらえると助かる。はい、わかりました。でもロッサさんは大丈夫なんですか？うん、まあ
数字とにらめっこするのも飽きたぜ。
正直ロッサは大体こんな感じ。ロッサ、ランも見てるんだからちゃんとして。
そうは言っても
Yeah, there's definitely an issue of the new player experience at this point versus your own progression in the story.
さっきまでそれをしてた新人の前で言わないでください。大体ロッサが
今日からランが本格的に働くことになるから先輩として恥ずかしく
Dumb
ない
thing is that we could have. There is a solution for that, and that's simply you create ranked versions of
ランは
the
こうならないように。
exploration fields.
Yep.
But they don't think like that.
Yeah, that or just, you know, check the player's story progression flags or something like that. Okay, so it looks like they just did the first 2 episodes here then. So, all right, let's bring us back to the main screen here then. All right,
So before we continue, everyone, if you wouldn't mind, if you could give Brightstar a like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I'll be the annoying one here. You don't do it yourself.
Yeah, I'm a bit too modest usually on that. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So like they mentioned, we do have the Super Genesis Festival going on. So we'll go ahead and start to take a look at some of the other news that was going on here. And they do have well, they haven't actually updated the second part of this yet here. So I'm sure it'll happen later today or in the coming days here. But yeah, it's happening. It's going to be going on between now and to the start of June. So I guess we might see the ruins area then starting maybe June 4th, if that lines up here. Let me check the calendar real quick. June. Actually, it should be June 3rd. So, or at least sometime in that month. It looks like so. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see everything that's going to be happening with that. You're right. If Darkers are coming back, then that is a huge development, and it works to confirm to players of the original PSO2 that may not have ever gotten into any of the side content through Nova or PSO2S or through Idola Phantasy Star Saga, that in fact there are more Dark Falls out there than just the 4 that we knew in PSO2. You've got Dark Falls Hadaj in PSO2S, and then you've got Thitra and Cave in Idola Phantasy Star Saga. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays out. If this is all virtual, if this is a memory from Omega that for some reason hadn't been sorted into the Omega that we knew it as, but is rather just something that's still in its original shape, or if this is even going to have any story significance whatsoever. It's going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out. Not to mention, is it just the ruins that's there? Or is it possible to access later on, say, going all the way over to the forest? That's
so here's the thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, they did they would have had to have put a whole lot more effort into this than we might originally think. It could not be just a straight port. They would have to have basically merged the areas together to make this work. Because
That's true.
because this, how the old classic PSO2 areas would be randomly generated.
Yep.
So this isn't so even though this is a port of sorts, it still had to have a significant more work put into it than what we got with the alter areas.
True.
The alter areas was not really impressing anyone because we knew what they were basically doing was just throwing cubes into starless cubes into areas we've already been.
Yep.
So at the very least, this is more effort than they have been showing lately.
Although, what if it's not just only that they ported over the ruins, but rather what if they ported over that whole RNG generation system, and maybe they would use that going forward?
Well, here's the thing. As hero, I actually would take my characters up into the sky and be able to see just how much of the area was available, and you would see massive gaps in the map if you got high enough, because they never accounted for the player being able to hit the sky box.
True.
Like you would do.
You could technically do that with Hunter in PSO2, or rather in NGS. So it's something we could certainly try again when they release this.
Now, yeah, if they brought in procedural generation, that would be great for the area. Thing is, I think they've lost the ability to procedurally generate anything right now, and that's why we haven't seen dungeons lately.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. This might be a test to see if they were able to port the system over to NGS, and it could be something they're able to do now going forward. We'll have to see.
We can hope. It's still it's very late in the game's lifespan at this point for this to be a thing. For this to really save the game. They're going to have to still do a whole lot more. Yeah.
And even if they manage to port that over, I highly doubt they ported in the boss versus boss mechanic.
That's true.
All right, so
at least a friend of mine is going to be very happy to revisit an old area with their characters now.
Yep, for certain. I'll definitely want to hop in on this as well. All right, so Super Origin Festival is happening. Let's move on to some of the other news here. So they confirmed that there was a bug that was causing one of the variant motions, the 1208 Dance Set 2, which was included in the AC Scratch Ticket Stylus at Avenue 26, to play a variant motion for 1170 Dance Set instead. And basically, they're working on the fix for this, and so the plan is they are extending the duration of the AC Scratch Ticket out until May 26th. Along with that, there was a revision to the Sega Corporation privacy policy. They say that they made some revisions to add detail to pre-existing contents, additional purposes of use, and additional contact methods. And everybody that logged in since April 8th was presented with a notice about this here. And then they also have a notice to all the players in Brazil. So basically, due to the Child Online Safety Bill in Brazil, which went into effect in March of this year, any player that is under the age of 18 in Brazil may no longer play PSO2NGS version 2 moving forward. So sorry that the game is losing players even to things like that at this point here.
Brazil's always had issues like this. If I recall, for the longest time, they basically would not let. They were stuck on the Sega Genesis because of a trade deal that was made, if I recall.
Yeah, it Sega didn't sell directly. It was and for
Tectoy.
years. Say again, sorry.
I think that company was Tectoy that was basically producing the Sega Genesis within Brazil.
That sounds familiar, yeah. And for the longest time, even like the Sega Master System was still a popular console there. But that covers what we've got for New Genesis today. Let's move on to Clementine. There have been a number of updates here from Clementine. So, Mission Protector Scythe, for that one, you choose out of 3 paths based on the planets. The mission has new /U plus weapons, dropping it from NF/U plus, the G. Punishment /U plus, and SSPN Launcher /U plus. Each drop is based on the route chosen, along with other drops. The mission will be available to all levels. Then they had the mission Thunderous Rally, which was a new challenge-type mission. Get as far as possible within the time limit to receive more clear boxes. Kreia Double /U plus can drop from the clear boxes amongst other drops, and that one was for level 180 plus. They also had the Easter egg hunt. So during the event, players were able to hunt for eggs in the lobbies, and they could be found out in field lobbies or in the cities. Once the player found 6 eggs, they could receive a drop rate plus 30% booster from the Egg Redeem mission. And that was per account, and the booster could not be traded. They also had an Easter egg lottery, where you would find Easter egg, golden eggs, and ultimate eggs in the missions and roll them for random items. Of course, ultimate egg could only be found in ultimate difficulty. And then there were multiple milestones to be earned, and we will get to those in just a moment here. And then back on the 4th, there was an issue where the servers were not accessible. It appeared to be an issue with the host. And so eventually they did bring the servers down for maintenance for the Easter event. And bear with me for one moment here, everyone. Just bringing something up on my side here, because I realized I did not actually grab that here. Clementine. Here we go. So yeah, so they had the Easter party. Here's all the equipment updates we just talked about. They made some drop updates. They increased the rate of shiny /U plus weapons. And due to this change, the 2x shiny rate milestone rewards will now be a 1.5 times shiny rate. And they fixed a handful of colony ultimate missions, dropping New Vera instead of Kubara Vera. They also made a fix to the shiny variants of Holy Knight /U plus weapons, so they could now be recycled. They also fixed other players' footsteps, often sounding like they are walking on grass. And they added a new command /unit FX, which will disable and enable the extra unit effects from yourself and others. Following that, then they added an additional lap to the event mission, Thunderous Rally. This allows for more clear boxes to appear at the end, since you're able to defeat more enemies now. And then one more update here. They mentioned that they would be running a quick maintenance on the 20th to conclude the Easter event, so that is where things stand. And then here come the milestones that were achieved here. So you've got your 10 daily Casino coins, your 100% Macedo boost, 100% Photon Art experience boost, 50% experience boost. 50% mission point boost, 25% rare drop rate boost, a 25% gem rate boost. Then the 10 became 15 daily casino coins, all Anguish missions available, 50% shiny rate, and a 5 million Meseta discount for luxury boosters. So a lot was happening on Clementine, and now you've got all these milestone boosters going on, so enjoy it. Aside from Clementine, there's also a little bit more news from Starlight. So for this, they made another development post here. So they say they're implementing a bit of new classes related to things along with figuring out status effects that were tricky. Luster is starting to show signs of life. They've implemented the main mechanics for element switching and weapon gear. Phantom is close behind, with Phantom marks being functional. And then Poison, Mirage, and Shock are now functional. Those are the status effects. And then as for game functionality, parties are almost 100% functional, with only disbanding and kicking missing at this point. Multi-party is functional. It's possible to join others while a quest is happening, assuming it isn't a quest that locks the instance. So Starlight is the PSO2 server that's in development by the Clementine team. Fashion editing outside of the salon works, only bookmarks and fashion sets remain. Auto chat and shortcuts are now functional, and Arkema slots are working fully. So they are consistently making good progress on that server, and they're ready to actually do something kind of fun here for players. So I'm going to read this verbatim. Before I proceed, I would like to be very clear, we are not preparing for a release anytime soon, nor is this a sign of playability. We're hoping to get a very limited selection of players, 10 to 15, to help out with testing for development purposes. We're hoping to work with testers to achieve the following: stress the servers a little and find performance issues, have features tested as they're implemented, build a comprehensive list of bugs, unimplemented features to gauge the degree of completion, and get feedback from a player's perspective on current implementations. And the closed test will be running their custom roguelike game mode. So, to me, that sounds like this is going to be somewhat based on the challenge missions that were available during PSO2's lifetime. And, I'm probably going to recreate my my character from the official server once these servers do come online. We have no idea, like they said, when this is going to come online. So they may be waiting for New Genesis to shut down, or they might release it earlier. We honestly have no idea. But anyway, if you're interested in signing up for this, there is a link on the Clementine Discord that will take you over to a Google form, which will allow you to put in your application for this. Alright, with that, let's move on now to Affinia. So, for Affinia, so they did finally post about the Easter event here. They say it is active and the egg shop has returned. You can find this shop under Episode 2 shop category. There were 2 changes this year: removal of Ignition Cloak from the 5-egg gamble because that gamble was overvalued last year, and addition of a seed exchange kit to the 10-egg gamble. Added a new server command /migrate. This command allows a classic character to become a normal mode character. The command must be entered twice, and the second time will immediately disconnect the player from the server. Note that only the personal bank of the character is migrated. The shared classic bank remains. Make sure to grab any of those items before running this command, and be sure that any items you want to remain in classic are on your other classic characters or in the classic shared bank. They also fixed an experience calculation bug that would sometimes cause tag experience to be less than expected due to incorrect rounding on the server. This affected all game modes, but was most notable in Challenge mode. Subterranean Patrol 2 by Barista was added to the server. This quest can be found in Episode 1, Retrieval category. And Penumbral Surge 3 received an update that added a warp back into the jungle, and also added map collisions to rock objects to prevent drops from getting lost. And Ruins Wreckage received a fix for a bug opening a door early. And that was the big update for Affinia this month here. And then we have one last update here for you today. There was a minor update for the Phantasy Star Generation 1 translation effort. This brings it up to version 3.03, and specifically it corrects some references to Generation 2. So, just a very minor update on this one, but still newsworthy to make sure everybody was aware of it. Alright, and that brings us to all the news I had prepared. Rooks, did you have anything else you wanted to bring up today?
Sadly, no, there isn't much going on here.
Yeah. Overall, it's a pretty quiet time right now in the community. But you know, hopefully after today, maybe something will be stirred within players, given the imminent return now of the Ruins area in New Genesis. So we'll see.
Yep, and hopefully this doesn't turn out to be just a VR field. This needs to be something where they actually move the story in a direction where they actually start completing the player character's personal plot threads now.
Yeah, it's I mean, granted, we were just introduced to two new characters, the Nega Crawford and Lucia. So we'll have to see how this all plays out here.
I'll have to get a yellow wide brim hat for Nega Crawford.
Say again, sorry?
We'll have to get a yellow wide brim hat
Yes.
for Nega Crawford.
Yes, you got exactly where I was going for, Darkwing Duck. Alright. Well, then that brings us to the end of this episode. On behalf of Rooks and myself, thank you for joining us today. Day has dawned. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a good day.